Hello, and welcome to another edition of Hong Kong House of Cards. Today we have Tony Zhang and Haishin. Yes. And to make this quick, because I kind of knock on the door of the shop and see if it's open.
The door itself, as you knock on the door of the apricot dragon, will swing open, though there's no one on the other side.
She'll then turn and just kind of call out, um, hello?
Oh crap, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't I blind at this point?
Yes.
Ah, balls. Hashtag I remember my characters.
And you no longer have the seeing eye Jia Ying.
No! I do have a dog, however.
Yeah, you did get the dog.
I did get a puppy. At which point, as a matter of fact, a very affectionate labradoodle will basically slam into Jiaying or not Jiaying, will slam into Tony at supersonic speeds.
She's gonna start petting the dog because she has had a horrible day. Well,
the dog is just so affectionate and loving. He just takes all of the petting and wants more.
Yep, and she will continue to give him all of the attention.
You kind of hear a voice drift from the bookshelves and say, "He likes to be scratched just behind the left ear, if you want to be technical."
I'll remember that. And I have a horrible memory. But it's Haishin, right?
That is indeed my name. And you're Miss Tony Zhang, yes?
Yep,
I remember the voice.
That's me. It's been some time.
A figure drops from the bookshelf where he occasionally lies on top of the bookshelves, and it raises a pallor of dust from the ground. And he'll say, "Please, come in. Close the door. I don't like letting Mortarius out."
I completely forgot we named the dog after my gerbil.
Yes, we named the dog after your gerbil.
She'll nod and shut the door and say, it's a pretty odd name for such a cute dog.
He's just giving you so much love. The figure will shrug. Actually, you haven't seen as he presses his hand against the bookshelf and walks down towards you. Of course, you haven't seen Haishin since he's gone blind, but as he walks forward, you'll eventually come to see the fact that his eyes just aren't seeing you.
I thought they had been completely removed in the.
Oh yes, they have. Sorry, so he's got them covered with. He's got his eye sockets covered with a cloth, basically, a bandana kind of cloth.
On one hand, she's relieved because now he can't ask questions about the black vein in her temple, and then on the other hand, she's just like, "Oh God, another blind person." So she'll look at him and say, "What? I know you've probably been asked this a lot, but what happened? Is that why you haven't been around so much?"
He'll say, "In all honesty, it's kind of hard to express." He snaps his fingers and the dog will come to him. You feel kind of sad that you're now lacking dog love.
Aww.
But he will grasp the dog by the collar and he will say, "Would you like some tea?"
If you have the time, I can make it if need be.
Oh no, I'm quite fine. I prefer to do things for myself.
Oh, and I'm not saying you aren't or you don't or you can't or anything. I was, just trying to. Okay.
You'll learn, Miss Yang. He kind of titters and he says, "You'll learn, Miss Yang, that handy capable is a phrase that I espouse on a semi-regular basis."
Oh yeah, I have no doubt about that. I'm dating a blind person, and they drove my
Mazel tov.
carts. Yeah.
So the dog will lead him back to behind the cash register, where he will start. He basically has everything laid out just so to make tea. So it's like everything is equidistant, and he's clearly memorized the positioning of such stuff, and he will make the tea very quietly, and will then eventually pour it into a cup and slide it across the counter to you.
She'll take it. She'll. Thank you.
Hmm. So, what is it that I can do for you, Miss Yang? Oh, and to answer your question, in a manner of speaking, the reason I haven't come out much is because what do you do when you lose faith in eternity? Do you find a new eternity? Or do you try to break that which is already broken?
You just try to make it better.
Well, perhaps, maybe, kinda, sorta. But hmm, before you ask me what I sense you've come here to ask me, I'm wondering, do you like philosophy, Miss Yang?
I do it because it gives me different viewpoints, but then on the other hand, I'm not really good at debating it or putting my
Um,
views into words.
he will kind of feel around until he finds his chair and sits down. And he says, allow me to ask, what do you do when you are faced with an evil that good cannot slay? Do you stain your hands with evil in order to defeat evil, thus becoming evil yourself? Evil to win, corrupt you by its simple existence because you did nothing.
Sometimes sacrifices have to be made, and if one soldier must taint his hands in order to ultimately rid the world of certain evil, then that is what must be done.
You sound like someone who's experienced that very phenomenon, Miss Sharon.
She is so glad he is blind right now because it's written all over her face and kind of just like, oh yeah, I'm having if I could go through this. But she'll just kind of, she'll say, I've had to see a lot of people go through that. It's actually what my entire tradition is based off of, in a way.
You lightning people are indeed somewhat perplexing.
Oh, indeed. Gosh, you should just hear about all the convoluted history that all of them have. Not even to get started on the Desperates or the Technocracy.
But, as I've said, as pleasant as tea is, I doubt that you've sought out this old monkey for just pleasant conversation. What is it that I can do for you?
I recall some months ago, you created some fulgurite for the rebuilding of the ward, which, by the way, um, your efforts have paid off. And I'm not sure if you experienced it, but a couple weeks ago, this piece came over the city as the wards were rebuilt.
Ironic. Continue.
Um, but I need 3 pieces of fulgurite.
Why do you need trapped lightning?
There is a ritual that I need to do in order to help the people that I care for. And to do so, I require 3 pieces of fulgurite.
You see him kind of furrow his brow um, as he sips his tea, and he says, ah, is this another section of noble self-sacrifice?
She'll sigh really. I'm sorry, Joey's messaging me. I'm so sorry. He'll. Oh, sorry. She'll kind of she'll sigh softly and then say, um, "Yeah, a lot. I wish I could say sort of or kind of, but no, at this point it's just
Miss Yang, I can give you the Fulgurite, or rather, I can get it for you. But I'm not going to give it to you unless I know what you plan to do with it.
I don't want to bring into this matter the better. It's you know the technocracy, correct?
Well, yes, the five metal dragons have made their presence known with the fact that, you now can't watch Vietnamese porn without them apparently, spying on you. Curse those hegemonic bastards, he says, shaking his fist. You can tell he's being fiercely ironic.
Well, there is a ritual that I believe may hinder them. But I will try to do.
Why does this sound like someone who is drowning, not trying to save themselves, but trying to drag someone down to the abyss with them?
I'm not trying to drag anyone down with me, and I mean, I might be at sea, but I'm a decent swimmer. Not the best, certainly. But
You misunderstand the metaphor, but that's okay. Tell me what this ritual is for. What do you hope to accomplish in your actions?
I
Because
hope
if
to
I
take
supply you
down. My apologies. You continue.
Because if I supply you with the tools, I must bear your guilt as well as my own.
She'll nod and say, I understand that. I'm It's kind of like one of the it can kind of just be all boiled down to who smelt it, dealt it. You smelt the weapon, you helped the war. You're kind of partially responsible for it. So I know what you mean all too well.
So, what is it that it actually does? The ritual, I mean. Tea sip.
Fuck you,
Ah.
Google Hangouts.
Yeah, welcome to our world. He said, so what is it that this ritual actually does? And then he just kind of sipped his tea.
Oh damn, you didn't hear any of it. God damn it. Okay. She'll say, as a weaponsmith, I know what you mean about the giving the tools to the person to do it, and you're partly responsible with that. Um, but what I'm hoping to do with this ritual is kill, maim, injure, or even possibly hinder Smith, the head of the technocracy here.
I understand what you're trying to do, but you're not telling me how.
Like I said, the less people that really know, the better it might be. But there's a ritual to summon a creature that might be able to stop him. He is a rather powerful man, so which is why I require such hard to get material such as Fulgurite to summon something as powerful to hinder him.
I see. So you require Fulgurite in order to summon an entity or a personage to fight Mr. Director Smith.
Indeed.
Hmm. Who is this being who is so powerful?
It's just like a I'm honestly not too sure myself. The only references I have is it's kind of a dog. Like, I guess have you heard those superstitions and stuff like you see around on Facebook and everything about stories of like the black dogs in forests and everything. Just sort of the hound.
Out of character, Kim, I'm kind of. What's this thing that on Facebook? What?
Little stories on Facebook from like little groups and everything where it posts like the stories of like these black dogs in forests and I think like England or something like that. Where basically like if you see the dog, maybe it was Ireland, I don't know, but like if you go around and you see these big black dogs in this certain forest like 3 times, it's destined to kill you.
Oh,
After.
yeah. I know what you're talking about now. It's one of those weird urban legend things.
Yes.
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 He'll say,
Have you discussed this with your, what was his name? Desau. That was his name. Charming fellow.
I no, like I said, the less people that know the better. I doubt my actions would be very well looked upon, and I fear that I've angered him recently anyway, so.
you can see Haishin, he kind of strokes his chin.
Well, you've given an old monkey a lot to think about. When do you require these pieces of Fulgurite?
Just whenever you're able. I would ask that they be given somewhat soon, but I have no wish to rush you, and I still want some time to think over if I will actually go through with this.
Are these the only components you need for your ritual?
No. There's a few other minor ones, but the bigger components was just the Fulgurite.
What else do you require?
A dog. I need to draw the circle, which I can.
At which point, Mortera starts headbutting you for attention.
Oh no! She'll reach down and pet the dog. She'll just say, a dog, some blood, and then just the summoning circle, which I can draw myself. It won't be too hard. I've memorized it.
Haishin sips his tea. Actually, he'll drain the last of his teacup. And he will say,
I sense that you walk along a very dark path, Michigan.
All of those in my tradition usually do.
Yes. However, it's not very common that darling young ladies such as yourself are so open about sacrificing small cuddly animals.
People, no, voodoo priests sacrifice, or priestess. This, oh god, I hate that word. It's so weird. But they sacrifice like chickens and stuff all the time in their rituals.
So you are a killer, then.
I am a euthanatos. We're not all killers, granted, but I myself am one. Yes.
Very well, then. Aishin will walk over to. Actually, no. He'll place a hand underneath the counter, and he'll withdraw a knife from under the counter, a long curved knife, and he'll put it on the table in front of you.
She'll look at it.
You want the fulgurite?
I do.
Prove to me that you're a killer.
And do what exactly?
Well, there's a life currently right next to you. End it.
Okay. Let me. I am a killer, but I am not. I know it's odd, but I kill those who deserve it. Those whose minds and souls are so warped with entropy and just all manner of disgusting things that there is no way they can be redeemed. They will live a horrible, stagnant, excruciatingly painful life that will harm them and everyone around them. Rapists, murderers, thieves, child molesters. I kill those sort of people. I help their souls move from this incarnation back into the wheel, where I pray that they will return as someone better. That they
So
may
you
have.
play God.
Hmm?
So you play God.
No, I don't.
Because someone does not conform to your morality, because they do not see the world as you do, or because they have committed crimes that you find abhorrent, you choose to end their life. How is
Not
that
just-
not playing God?
It's not just based on those factors. I can see how tainted their mind is. There is no going back. They will never do another good or pure deed in their life.
However, in doing this ritual, an animal, and he gestures down to the ground, and the dog pads over, and he starts stroking it. An animal is not good nor evil, not light nor dark, not entropic or resonant in really any way. And yet, you're going to have to kill one in order to do this ritual, or
No.
the ritual will culminate in its death.
No, I never said the dog had to die.
Yeah, trust me, when you're dealing with these shadow dealies, yeah, guess where the spirit that you're summoning is going to go?
And to the dog.
Yeah. So, basically, I think that you're a nice person, Miss Shang. I genuinely do. If it helps. I think that you're walking down a path that you don't want to walk down, because when you get to the end of it, you won't be the same person you were when you started down it.
Rarely are we ever the same person for any good amount of time. We make so many changes and choices in our daily life. I was not the same person I was yesterday. That is for certain. Yeah,
You are, and you aren't. Each one of us is bestowed, I believe, a spark. That thing that makes us bright, that makes every day worth the living, that gives us the hope of a day called tomorrow. I think that if you do this, if you walk down this path and if you summon this being to murder, if you kill an innocent, and he strokes the dog's head, that it will eat at you. You might hate Smith. I don't know. Do you hate Smith?
No, I don't really know him enough to hate him. Actually, I hate the things he's done. He set up a fake bomb in the night market, and I can't remember how many were killed or injured, all because he wanted a tighter grip on the city. He's threatened to nuke the entire city just to get rid of us. So, yeah, maybe I do hate him. But I just want this to end. I want to go back home. I need to see my father again. I'm tired of being stuck in this bubble where I don't know the entire boundaries. I could go too far out during a walk and then poof, I'm gone. It sucks, and I want it to end. And the only way that it will end is hope.
It is never nice to live in a state of poof.
No, it's not.
You can see him contemplating, thinking. He says,
Very well. You want the ore? I will get it for you. I would, however, ask something in exchange.
Of course.
That you never lose sight of the day called tomorrow.
She'll smile and say, I hope I can't promise that, for I do not know what sort of person I will be tomorrow, or perhaps the next day, or even this evening. As we said before, we change. But I will do my best.
Yes. I think that you will. I think that you just might. Very well, then. It will take me at least a few days to gather these things together.
She'll nod and say, if you require the sand or anything, just allow me to know, please. I will.
I beg your pardon?
If you need the sand or any other materials, just allow me to know. I wish to help as much as I can.
I will let you know. Very well, then. Have a good day, Miss Shannon.
You as well, Haishin. And she'll give Mortirius another pat and then just kind of walk out. You know, though she will kind of like. You said the store was dusty earlier, so she'll just kind of like take the cuff of her sleeve and wipe some of the dust off as she's passing by. And head on out.
as she leaves, Mortarius kind of puts his head in Haishin's lap, and he smiles and he says,
"Oh, don't worry, you melodramatic. Yeah, don't worry, you melodramatic drama whore. I knew she wouldn't have the balls to stab you."
And with that, we shall end our scene.
Because Tony doesn't kill animals unless she has to. But anyway, thank you. We had like 1 or 2 viewers. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, viewers, for viewing. See you.